Good evening.
Good morning,
Good afternoon.
wherever you may be. Welcome to another edition of Variety is the Spice of Slots. And today's slot topic, well, it's going to be kind of an interesting one.
Our honeymoon.
Yes, and what went wrong? We actually started this on another episode. We'll make sure the link's at the end. But we didn't get through with it because we got bonuses, and well, it just kind of focused on one aspect of it.
Yeah.
But we're going to go into the rest of it so that you hear a little bit more about us. And so, what are we going to be playing today? We're going to play.
Triple Fortune Dragon Unleashed.
Oh, that's right. It's right behind me. I guess
Right.
if I turned and looked over my shoulder, I would see it.
It's right up there.
Well, let's get started.
Triple Fortune Dragon Unleashed. So, great example of how to get the bonus. 3 coins. Somebody just had the bonus here and
Exactly.
left it without any backup spins. Or there's also the dragon acts as a wild.
Correct. Which can come on reels 2 and 4.
Correct.
Start spinning. We'll get the story
We've
going.
loaded 750 in the machine.
Speak of the dragon.
Yeah, speak of the dragon, and 750 bucks here.
Well, speaking of the dragon that breathes fire. Oh, there's 2 dragons.
$75.
One more coin though, and that would have
Yeah.
been really good for us.
Coin on the end would have been great.
But that's good. That's a 10 times our bet. That's a
Yeah.
good little bit of runway.
I
We
like that start.
Oh. Let's give it a little bit more. Let's go
There we
ahead
go.
and give it the full volume here because we're back in it. That way it picks up the machine's sound. This machine is very unique to the state of Washington. If you haven't watched our channel before, we travel all over. We're Washington natives.
There we
we
go.
go. And we'll
Yay.
now take this bonus break.
We started off with the fans as a line pay.
That's actually good.
That's good. $70 to
Now,
start.
the unique thing about this bonus is it needs to be at least 10 times your line bet of
Which
$75.
we're almost there
We're
already.
almost there, but you're guaranteed that.
Yeah. 2 dragons re-triggers for 5 more spins.
And,
And multiplies. They're 3x
Correct.
multiplier.
if you get 3 coins during it, you get 15 more spins.
Yeah.
We always want the 3 coin re-trigger.
Here
Come
we go.
on.
Oh, little tease. Got a little line pay out of it, $25 there.
You really need the re-triggers to see
Yeah.
those jackpots on this machine.
Double dragons. Come on now.
Come on. We love this machine when it
It's
goes crazy.
fun. Like
There
that.
you go. There's our re-trigger.
15 more spins.
And that's also $136.50. You can
Oh,
see the
nice.
pays right here in this line.
a little small, but it's there.
Oh, $136.50 though is
yeah,
good.
that's a good one. No, as small as in the
Oh,
the
you meant
numbers.
you meant the numbers. I was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean small? That's
No.
a good hit. Although I'll take one with another zero on the end.
font size. How about that?
The font size. Good. There you go. And you can see the spins remaining up in this upper corner and the spins played over in this corner here.
All right, we want a double dragon pay line with a coin.
Oh, we needed the dragon there again to get our
Good.
3 coin re-trigger. Well, we're at $297. Come on. Oh, the dragon there on the second one would have been a huge payoff. The bases are worth a lot of money.
They are. That would have been really big.
Well, we have 15 spins. We have
Yeah,
a
we're
full
on the
bonus
second
left.
bonus now. We're on our second. Hopefully we keep this going.
Oh, where is the emperor up front? He is the top symbol.
The emperor, then the empress.
The empress is right there. The emperor has the roses in his, I don't know if that's a crown, I guess.
Hat or, yeah.
A
All right,
headdress.
dragons. Where's our dragons? They need to show up here.
Come on. Oh, another dragon would have given us
Yeah.
5 more spins and a good pay line.
Just double dragons. Let's get in there.
Oh, $375 is still a
Yeah.
good bonus. Oh, a
Ooh.
dragon flash
Yeah,
right there.
I saw that flash.
Come on now. Oh,
Right
right
here.
here.
Ah,
Little $12
Okay.
pay line.
we'll take whatever we can get. Come on, be big here, right at the end.
We need a good
Last
one.
spin.
Come on.
Oh, the fans started showing up.
Well, that is the total bonus, $400.
That's good. Setting aside 200 of that.
And
but
50 cents. We'll take
man,
that.
we started with 750. We're off to a great start here.
That is, well, that's about a what?
Yeah, it's over a 20x. That's really all that matters.
Yeah,
so.
it's over 20x, so we're setting half that aside. So we'll set a couple $100 aside here, so we won't go below $200 in the machine.
But let's hope we can just keep the fun going with more bonuses.
Well, and one of the reasons we wanted to tell you about our honeymoon is we are approaching our 25th wedding anniversary.
We are fast approaching.
And we will be traveling to the Peppermill in Reno,
We will.
Nevada.
Hey!
And once again, I'll have to pause for this.
Bonus break!
There we go.
This machine's hot right now.
Let's do this.
Let's look for that jackpot. Very possible on these machines to jackpot at 750 bet.
Yes, it is, especially if you get the re-triggers early
Yeah.
and often. If you get 2 full re-triggers, it's a good sign.
Yeah. We need our dragons showing up here.
Right now, we're getting a lot of dry spins.
We are.
Come on.
Until
there
now.
you go. There's our re-trigger. Now, and and that's not that often that does that.
No. Now if we can get the second re-trigger in here.
That's great. 5 spins in, we got the coins.
Hey, I
That's
like it.
$37.50. Didn't get those 2 dragons with those. If we got the 2
Yeah.
dragons with the 3 coins,
That's when
that
it
would've
really
been,
pays.
That would have been a jackpot and a huge. Oh,
Oh goodness. The girls with the dragon coming out. Man,
love to see that start.
all the way across.
Unfortunately, it just didn't keep going.
A lot of chances to get there.
Come on now. Let's see some more. We have 18 spins remaining.
We
We've got a
do.
lot of runway here. That's
lot.
crazy that we've got 2 bonuses so quick
I
and
know.
re-triggers.
That's really good.
That
Come on,
is a very
dragons.
great start. I like that.
All right, there's been a lot of dry spins here. We're on our second bonus now.
That's how this started. A lot of quiet spins, then the re-trigger.
And then
So,
you get the big one.
right here. Oh,
Man.
I don't know if you've ever been to Washington and played this game. Oh, that's a good
Oh, $30.
If you've never seen this game before, we'd really be interested to know if you have on the
Yeah.
channel. If you're from Washington and you've been to the casinos, I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, this is the most popular game in Washington casinos.
It is made by IGT.
There we go.
There, another 5
more
spins. Now, no pay line there, though.
No pay line.
But we'll take the 5 extra spins. That gets
Yeah.
us to 13 spins left.
We
We're
like
at
that.
$163.
Yeah, so there's variations of this game too. There's several different
There's
ones.
the OG version. Then this. Then there's Triple Fortune Dragon Rising.
We like
I think
Rising.
those are the 3 that I'm aware
Then
of.
Spitfire.
Oh, Spitfire. Oh, and then
And
also
then
the yin yang symbol. Yeah, that has the big progressive. I'm sorry. Like 5 or 6 variations.
Yeah.
I forgot about Spitfire.
I
How did
know.
I do that?
Let's focus on our dragons showing up here.
I'm sending my energy to the dragon
To the
hit right here.
dragons.
Oh.
2 dragons and a coin would be fabulous.
We haven't got anything since our 2 dragons.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
It's saving that big spin for the end.
One
maybe?
big one.
Oh, wasted dragon.
Come on
Here
now.
we go.
There it is.
we go. Oh, we didn't get
No.
a pay line again.
We needed a
If we
9
would have had
up
that
front.
9 up front, that would have been gigantic.
It would have, because we had a whole bunch of them on the end. Darn it. Well, we got
But hey,
5
another
more
5
shots.
spins, so we're still alive. We have 6 spins left.
Try again.
Right here. Oh, missed it again.
Yeah. Almost to 200. Let's line up a big one here.
It's been re-triggered more, but hasn't been as profitable as our
No.
last one. Oh, needed the dragon in the 4th reel there.
All right, last
Oh,
chance.
last spin luck maybe.
No. Hey.
Well, hey, 193.50 right behind our last one.
Yeah,
That's good.
we got it really quick. We didn't
I haven't been
even.
able to start on our story.
I
at
know
all.
our honeymoon story.
As I was saying, the dragon breathes fire, which was what happened to our cruise ship.
It was.
So we were married on a cruise ship. I won't go into all the details of that because it's on another episode. I'll link that in the end credits of this video of this comment. I can put it in the comments as well. We'll make sure you have it in there so you can watch it if you'd like. But we got on our cruise. We were married on the cruise ship, and it wasn't the first night.
It was night 3.
It was night 3. So we'd done the first day, been married, had a full day on the ship,
Yep.
and then I believe we were in Cozumel the next day.
Yes.
Got back on the ship. It had left ports. We were out to sea, and then suddenly, all the power went out.
We were going to the casino on ship. You literally
were-
pulled out $100 bill, just laid it on the table.
And was going to get change at the blackjack table.
And we were gonna play some blackjack.
And right as I put the $100 bill down, the power, it went black.
Completely black.
Completely black. There wasn't emergency lighting, nothing.
Nothing.
It caught the dealers off guard.
Oh,
It caught everybody
off guard.
They did not know what was going on. You heard the pit boss say, protect your rack. Oh, that was all those tens. That's good.
$37.50. Yeah.
And I, of course, thought, well, somebody didn't buy a long enough extension cord. And so suddenly a little bit of emergency lighting came on. You could see something. And it was obvious the casino was not going to resume operation anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
We stood there for a moment, and I think we even asked, has this happened before? And they said no.
Yeah, and then we said, well, let's go up outside the top deck.
Yeah, correct. I mean, we were standing there, and we were kind of like, well, we're not going to sit here and wait. Come on.
Ah, darn.
I'm not going to sit here and wait. And
Yeah.
we said, let's take a nice moonlit stroll. It is our honeymoon afterward.
Of course, being all romantic and stuff.
Yes. This was back when we had a little bit of romance left. I mean, now we're at 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just turn on the TV and when are we going to go to sleep? It's not that bad. But
No, it's
there
not.
are some nights where it's just bad. So we walk up on deck and you couldn't see the moon.
No, you couldn't.
Come on.
Yes, I like the little sparkles.
Yes, this has a touch screen, so it gives you some sparkles there. Couldn't see the moon at all.
It was a little smoky out there.
It was very smoky. You could smell the smoke in the air. You could see the smoke. It was a little scary. I mean,
Yeah, because it's like, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't be seeing smoke when we're in the middle of the ocean.
that's exactly what we were thinking. We shouldn't be seeing smoke when we're in the middle of the ocean. It's probably not something you want. I mean, we know that these ships don't burn coal anymore, so
Yeah, so
it was this, there's been a fire, and there were a lot of people out scrambling on deck. There were a lot of crew. You could see them running around. They were going to their stations. And then the ship began to list. So if you're not aware of what listing is, it's when a ship leans to one side or the other. It starts to, you're no longer standing on a level service. And that was, of course, pretty scary as well. I mean, a lot of people were being pretty nervous. I was thinking, well, we're surrounded by water, and if it's a fire, I mean, at least the fire's going to go out at some point.
eventually, right?
I mean, eventually.
Well, they did. We saw the staff. The crew was getting.
Correct.
They had a bucket brigade going.
They actually had a bucket brigade going on the ship. The fire had started in the generator room. It was a faulty generator system or something along those lines that had triggered the fire. The backup generator was conveniently located right next to the primary generator. So, of course, the fire began to destroy everything.
The backup. And this was a known problem on a sister ship at the time.
Correct. The sister ship had also had this problem. Now, this has been corrected.
Oh, this, I mean, 25 years ago,
This is
people.
25 years ago, so cruise ships were much different back then. And the crew was absolutely on top of it.
Oh,
They were absolutely reassuring. I want to say that the crew and the cruise lines was fantastic.
We never felt like we were in danger or
We never
anything
did.
like that.
I mean, there was a lot of people that came out with their life jackets
did,
on, and
went
they
to
went to their muster
Yeah.
stations, but they had never sounded that alarm to go to your
No,
muster
they
stations.
didn't.
I think people were just being overly cautious.
Well, they did get they got the fire out.
all
It was
those
$60.
fans, that's
That's nice. They got the fire out quickly.
They got the fire out, but then of course we are 100% without power.
Yeah.
Okay, because everything on a cruise ship runs on power. Your water has to be pumped. Your sewage has to be pumped. You don't have,
Darn.
so there was no water in the bathroom, in any of the staterooms in the bathroom. Come on,
There we
one
go.
more. There was no, the refrigeration had gone out, so the restaurants were shut down.
Yeah.
AC was shut
No
down.
AC.
We went down to our cabin, and at the time, you couldn't see in the hallways. It was so dark.
It was really dark. They had the little tiny bit of strip lighting that came on.
Correct.
But it was very minimal.
It was very minimal, and it was one of those things where we just kept on going with the flow, I guess.
Yeah. We were just like, well, we'll go to the cabin and just wait it out, see what happens.
I mean,
went to bed.
what's the worst could happen? The fire's out. We'll see what happens. There's no
Yeah.
use staying up at this point.
Yeah.
But it was really hard to sleep.
It was 'cause
It
it's
got so
so
warm in our
warm.
stateroom. Now this is before all the cruise ships now have balconies.
A lot of
Yes.
them as an option, but we didn't.
Most of them, like 90% of the rooms
Yeah.
have a balcony if you're in an
We-
outside stateroom.
Yeah, not that we would have been able to afford a balcony
We couldn't
stateroom
afford
at
a
the
balcony
time.
at the time.
We did have a portal.
We had a portal, and so our room, and of course this portal doesn't open.
No.
So our room was completely closed off. It was really hard to fall asleep. It was really warm, very muggy.
Yeah.
Couldn't use, if you used the toilet, you couldn't flush it. There was
Yeah.
no water to brush your teeth, nothing. So we finally fall asleep in this heat. I had to use a lighter to see our way to the hallway and in and around the room because there were no, this is before cell phones.
Yeah.
So there was no flashlight on your phone to
No.
use. We really need a bonus here.
We do. We're losing our profits.
We'll get one. We're still in the profit
We're still,
zone, though.
we are.
That's good. We gave ourselves some runway here.
Yeah, which is nice.
So as we were getting up that morning, I could hear a slight voice out in the hallway, but it was really hard to hear because it was over the emergency intercom system, but because of the power, it didn't pipe into the staterooms. This was before the emergency intercoms, I think, were really set up to go throughout every part of the ship.
Yeah, you
including
could just
your
hear it in the
stateroom.
hall.
So that little crackle you heard, let me
Oh, yeah,
pan up here real
show
quick.
the-
This has a perceived progression
Yeah,
or
on our-
perceived persistence.
He
where you
starts
s-
out gold.
Yeah, he starts out gold and then you see the eye opened up and everything. That is the peak of what it can be.
Yep.
So we'll go back down here to the machine.
Yeah, turns green and now he can't,
Yep.
there's no more green
There's
to
no
be
more
had.
green to be had. So we're... Now that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get the bonus. the
Definitely
next
not.
spins, but hey, we're still in profit zone, so let's see if we can hit this. We know that we're not going to stop below like $300-400. So.
Ooh, little something there.
So we started with $750 in the machine.
$750, yeah.
Okay.
So you went out, intercom announcement was
Yeah, the
saying
intercom announcement,
that-
and you stayed in the stateroom.
yeah, you just went out and you're like, I'm gonna go see figure out what's going on.
So I couldn't find, come on, couldn't find anybody close, so I had to walk all the way up to the main front desk area, which is the purser's lobby.
Yes.
And there were a couple of staff members there, and I walked up to one and I said, what is going on with the cruise?
Yeah.
And she then informed me.
60.
Oh, that was a good hit.
Yeah.
We're staying there in that
We're
profit
hanging
zone.
in.
We're hanging
Yeah.
in. She informed me that the cruise was canceled.
Was canceled, yes.
So now we had just been married 2 days prior, And we're on day 3. And
Yeah, we had 3 sleeps of our 7 on the cruise.
Three of our 7 on the cruise, and we were just told that it was over.
It's done.
So the plan was to limp the ship into Ocho Rios. And the reason why it started listing, by the way, is that these big ships have bow planes that keeps them stable. They're big stabilizers. And when it's not going through the water, those stabilizers can't work because it has no motion.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was listing. It wasn't because it was taking on water.
No, nothing like that.
So they start limping the ship in. They had some sandwiches they could feed us and some stuff, but everything else they weren't allowed to feed us.
It was pretty limited options.
It was very limited. They had some sodas. We didn't have water.
Yeah.
We limped into Ocho Rios. This port is not meant to disembark an entire cruise ship,
No.
including luggage. It was chaos that whole day.
Complete and utter chaos, because they had, I think it was about 2,000 passengers on that ship at the time.
Yes.
And they're not prepared for that. It was a lot different back then, cruising, than now.
Yeah, well, cruising there weren't as many ships. There weren't as many things to choose from. I mean, it's one of those things of...
Technology has streamlined processes.
Yes. Come on, right here.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so they dumped us off in
Ocho Rios,
Jamaica, and the luggage.
Oh, finding our luggage was crazy. It was scattered from one end of that place to another. We finally found our bags, and they told us that they would fly us home.
Yeah.
Well, we know that you're not going to get 2,000 people on. You're going to go to the airport and just wait. Then we said, well, we're not going to the airport and just sitting around for another day.
And we're not going home. This is our honeymoon.
That's exactly it. Oh, there's a good hit.
45. Coin on the end would have been nice.
That would have been great. So we said, well, we're not going to wait around because this just isn't going to work. And they said, well, we have arranged a special rate at the Sandals.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with Sandals resorts, there are, the Sandals are 18 and over. So they're usually, couples pretty much.
It's ultra all-inclusive.
Yeah, ultra all-inclusive. I think they have another line where it's more for families, but Sandals is for couples and adults. And if you go to one, it includes food, alcohol, everything, the room.
We couldn't even tip. You couldn't even tip.
They won't allow you to tip.
Yeah.
So they put us up in a Sandals, and we had a wonderful time at the Sandals.
They did.
For 4 days in Jamaica.
Well, they arranged a special rate with Sandals, and they're like, you can go to any of the different properties.
There were 3 Sandals there in the Jamaica area, and they had a bus that went to each one each day.
We chose the least expensive option because we couldn't afford anything else.
Yeah.
And man, we had a great time.
We did.
We met some friends.
Yep.
We called ourselves the Burnout Crew.
The Burnout Crew, yep.
Hung out together.
The cruise Burnout Crew. We hung out together and had a great time. And the interesting thing is that, oh, there we go, another hit. Oh, well, not as big as I thought it was. No. Needed that one more coin. Well, the interesting thing is that, we had just enough money to cover this, and they told us, we said, well, how do we get home? And they said, well, once you go to the airport, go to this desk, give them this number, which was a flight voucher number or something like that. Yeah,
some kind of a prepaid something.
At least we thought it was. And they'll give you your ticket and you can fly home on that, okay? Well, we went to the airport that day, and luckily we gave ourselves some extra time. I said we had more time we could have spent at the hotel, but we decided to keep going. And we said to ourselves, let's give us a little extra buffer because we don't know where to pick this up. That'll make sure we have plenty of time.
Yep.
And thank goodness we did. When we got to the desk, I gave them the number. They said, yes, we have your reservation right here. And they brought it up. They went to hand me the ticket and they said, that will be $2,200, please.
And we were like,
I about passed out.
That was...
We didn't have $2,200.
No.
We had barely scraped together enough for the cruise, and with the wedding package.
Yeah.
We had saved and scrimped for this for a long time. And subsequently, we didn't have the money. We begged and pleaded for, like, can you put it on this credit card and split it with this credit card? And then we had, back in the day, a Discover card, which they said they didn't take. And without that Discover card, we didn't have enough money. We didn't have enough credit line or anything to pay $2,200.
And then come to find out, they take it, but they have challenges like getting it to process.
They didn't want to, is basically what it came down to. They didn't want to take it, but they finally did. And the funny thing is, the cruise line gave us an 800 number to call if there was a problem. Well, guess what type of number you can't call from Jamaica?
Yeah, 800 numbers don't work.
A 1-800 number. So we had to call your mom collect, who then called the travel agent.
To then get...
And there was nobody that she could get a hold of. And we were scared we were going to get stranded.
Yeah.
So they finally accepted the Discover card. We got on the flight. We get to St. Louis. We go through customs. We're running halfway across the St. Louis airport.
Oh, gosh.
Because of the connector and the timing.
Yeah, it was tight connection.
It was just nuts. We run up to the St. Louis check-in desk there, because this was back in the day of paper tickets.
Yeah, paper tickets.
And we had to give them, because we needed a seat assignment or something, I think is what it was back there. Because we didn't have
exactly.
So they had told us you need to see the desk agent. We did. He said there's been a problem, and I'm like, oh my God, I about
like what
lost
now?
It. I about lost it. Well, it turns out the problem was that the flight was just a little late.
Yeah, we're like,
Which I was like, oh, that's it? That's all?
We can breathe for a moment.
So I told him this story, and he said, oh, that just sounds like a nightmare. And I said, yeah, so when you told me there was another problem, I was about to, lose it completely. Come on, right here. Oh,
I
so
thought
close.
it was going to land.
We'll give it to 300, and then we're going to give up, because that's our mark from our 2 bonuses. So sticking to our system here. We'll get it. Come on. We've got $105 to do it. You can do it. Well, then we sit down. We're sitting there waiting for the flight, and he comes over and he said, sir, I need to see your ticket for just a second.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, and, I'm trying to keep my cool and everything like that. And I hand him my ticket, and I'm looking at my wife. I'm looking at you. Remember that? And I'm like, what now? And he hands me these new tickets, and they were first class.
And we
couldn't believe it. Yeah, he put us in first class.
We were in shock.
We had never been in first class. And this was 25 years ago, where first class actually really was
nice. And it was before all the rewards programs. So first class was often much more, it was open
much
and
more
empty
expensive
seats, a lot of.
too. Come on, let's get it. We have $22.50 left to get there.
Right here, 2 more spins after this.
And then we flew home the rest of the way in first class.
Oh, it was glorious.
Thanking our lucky stars that we were finally getting home.
Yeah.
That's a wrap for the fiery dragon who just burned up our cash.
It's too bad we lost on that. We started off on fire.
Started out on fire. That was really good. But we stuck to our system. We set aside half of those bigger bonuses that we got, walked away with 300. So it minimized the loss, which was good. If you enjoyed this episode, enjoyed our honeymoon story, please like and subscribe. Every like and subscribe helps us. It costs nothing to subscribe, too.
Yeah, it's free.
It is free.
Like our honeymoon ended up being.
Yes.
Because we did get all our money back from the cruise.
Exactly.
We got our airfare. It was all taken care of, so we got a free cruise out of that deal.
Correct. And they gave us a cruise, too, to go on in the future, which we took and went to Disney World beforehand or afterwards. We'll save that for another episode. So when will another episode be?
How about tomorrow?
Wow. That's quick. But
okay.
Let's do it.